Petco Park, a new beginning, let's go. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Baby said she wanna go to the game. Taught her how to say Padre gang. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Mitchell and Ness with the old school name. All of the homies holler Padre gang. Yeah, that.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Talking Friars pregame show for September 7th, 2022. I'm your host, Ben Fadden. The Padres and the Diamondbacks later today. 5:40 is the first pitch. Juan Soto Jersey giveaway tonight at Petco Park. I believe today's game is going to be on Fox Sports 1 as well as Bally Sports San Diego. So if you don't get Bally Sports San Diego, I guess today's your lucky day, right? Yu Darvish on the mound. Obviously, an amazing win last night, and the Padres will get an opportunity to win this series today with their best starting pitcher on the mound. Earlier this year, that best starting pitcher was Joe Musgrove. Right now, though, it is Yu Darvish. Joe Musgrove kind of struggled last night, and I'll definitely talk about that more on the series reaction episode after tonight's game, probably here live on YouTube when I get home because I'm going to go to the game again today. Man, a lot of games this week. But yeah, tremendous win last night. Musgrove gave up a few home runs, but the offense battled back. And the bullpen was huge. Tim Hill has not given up an earned run in forever. Nick Martinez had a solid ninth inning. I'm blanking on who pitched that. Suarez, was it? Yeah, Suarez pitched last night. Luis Garcia pitched. So they did a really, really good job not giving up any more runs after Joe Musgrove gave up, 5 runs yesterday? Gave up 3 home runs. So the bullpen today, it's not in terrible shape even after last night. Okay, Nick Martinez probably not going to be available today because he went back-to-back days, 33 pitches in the last 2 days. But Josh Hader had the night off. Chris Matt, Morahone, they're all Wilson. They should all be ready to go. Same with Luis Garcia. You have the off day tomorrow, and he only threw 9 pitches last night, so I think that's perfect for Garcia to throw again today. I'd expect him to go today after Darvish throws probably. So I like where the bullpen's at today. And Tommy Henry is on the other side of things for the Diamondbacks. I believe he's a rookie. Hasn't made a ton of starts this year. He's gone 7 innings once, but other than that, it's been 4 innings or 5 innings or getting a little bit into the 6th inning. His last time out went 4 innings, gave up 7 earned runs, walked 4 guys. That was against the Phillies. Start before that, August 26th, went 5 innings, gave up 1 run. So he's been up and down. There's been some outings where he's given up 4 runs, 3 runs, like I just talked about, 7 runs. But then there's been 3 other outings this year where he's given up only 1 run. So we'll see which Tommy Henry the Padres get today. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know much about him or even that I could identify him walking by on the street, but that is who is pitching for the Diamondbacks tonight. Both lineups are already out. Nothing surprising from the Padres' point of view or the Padres lineup. Diamondbacks, they have Josh Rojas at third base, Ketel Martes at second, Jake McCarthy's in right. Emmanuel Rivera is at first. Dalton Varsho is DHing. Corbin Carroll was DHing last night. He's in left field. He's fast as heck. Cooper Hummel is catching. Alec Thomas is in center. Geraldo Perdomo is at shortstop. Good news for the Padres. Christian Walker, who has over 30 home runs this year, homered last night off Musgrove. He is not in the lineup today. Again, the start time, it's 5:40. It's not 6:40. And obviously, it's not 1:10 like some Wednesday day games are. And then it is on FS1, I guess, according to MLB.com. For the Padres lineup, Ha-Seong Kim's leading off at shortstop. Juan Soto is in right. Manny is at third. Bell's DHing. Profar's in left. Myers is at first. Crony's at second. Nola is catching. And Jose Azocar earned his way into the starting lineup after having 2 amazing at-bats yesterday. The second was the walk that set up the bases loaded before Jorge Alfaro hit the walk-off. That breakdown, or not just that breakdown, I did a breakdown on the events that led up to Alfaro's walk-off and Alfaro's walk-off. That is out on this YouTube channel, by the way, if you want to check that out. Credit to Crony getting on, with the hustle. Could have been a double play ball. And you'll see that the Diamondbacks second baseman maybe could have just tagged Eggy Rosario running from first to second, got the double play. Padres probably would have lost that game if that would have happened. Will Myers with the single, Azokar with the walk before Alfaro first pitch ambush off of Ian Kennedy fastball, like 94 miles an hour, pretty much down the middle, single to center. Padres win. They were down 5-0 last night at one point. Hopefully they don't have to get down 5-0, at one point tonight. I don't think they'll come back-to-back nights down 5-0. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't even want to see if they can do that because I don't want to be down 5-0. I don't want to have Darvish give up a home run on the first pitch of the game like Joe did yesterday, and you want him to have the big league tonight, right? You don't want to choke it like the Diamondbacks did yesterday, but you want the Padres to take on that Diamondbacks role early in the game where they got out to obviously that big lead. The Padres can get out to that big lead. You would think with Yu Darvish on the mound, they're cruising to a win. And you can get Josh Hader back in there. And even if he gives up a run, there's still room, and continue to progress towards getting back to that closer role, bring his confidence back up. And you can find a lot of positives in tonight. That's what the Padres obviously are hoping to see happen, hoping to have happen for tonight's game. Diamondbacks are 65-70. Padres are 75-62. I'll get to any comments or any questions here in a little bit. I'm just checking Twitter to see if there's any updates on anything yet. I don't see any updates on anything. I don't see anyone in the chat. So if you have any comments, any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you want to support the channel, you can hit the subscribe button, one, and you can use the super chat button and then on regular videos, you can use the super thanks button. Milwaukee, good news. Milwaukee is down 7-1 right now against the Rockies in the 7th. The Giants and the Dodgers, they're tied 0-0 in the 3rd. Mets are playing the Pirates. I think that's a doubleheader. Yankees also playing a doubleheader today. I know some of these don't really matter if you're a Padre fan, but just going across the scores, they're tied with the Yankees are tied with the Twins right now, 3-3 in the 8th. Aaron Judge hit his 56th home run of the year. That guy's just crazy right now. He's on pace for like 66 home runs or something to end the season. My Padre pick, by the way, today is Ha-Seong Kim. Last game, it was Josh Bell. He got a hit, obviously. He homered, so I'm 85-47 so far this season in my Padre pick. Oceanside Boys 760, what's up? Man, continuing this discussion, well, I'm continuing it here because I've seen it a lot. I was listening to the radio earlier this morning and, they were talking about the importance of this series and winning this series. And I think it is important, obviously. I think every game is important, right? The Diamondbacks they fall into the category of teams the Padres should beat, right? The Dodgers, maybe not, right? The Mets, maybe they're on an even playing field. The Mets are a better team, like, overall this year. But the Dodgers are definitely not in that category. But the Diamondbacks, teams like that, definitely are. And so you'd like to win this series. You'd like to capitalize on the Brewers not being able to beat the Rockies at Coors Field. If it sounds familiar, that's because the Padres can't really do that, right? So you'd like the Padres to win this series, win tonight. Juan Soto jersey giveaway night. Darvish on the mound, right? You don't when your ace is on the mound, you don't want to lose those games, right? So It would be nice, and I think if the Brewers lose today, then the Padres would obviously they if they win, then they'd gain another game on the Brewers in the standings. And let me double check. I think they're 5 games ahead, maybe 4 games of the Brewers right now entering today. 4 games technically. 3 games you'll see in the standings, but they're 4 games up technically because of the uh there's no game 163, so the tiebreaker is the season record head to head. Padres own that. They won that, so that's the good news. So they technically have another game on Milwaukee right now. Um, Philadelphia, the Padres are tied with them for the second wild card, and I believe they play the Marlins. Yeah, they play the Marlins tonight, 3:45. Oceanside Boy says Padres are 58 and 36 against teams under 500. Um, yeah, I mean that's a good if that's true, that's a really good record. But I know we could probably go back to some of those games and we're like, you lost that game, you know, really? You'd love to have some of those games back, like the Diamondbacks, right? They're under 500. There's multiple games that I could point to just off the top of my head, not even going back and seeing, oh wow, yeah, had a 6-0 lead against the Diamondbacks, lost that game. Should have won that one. Should have won another one opening day, right? Or at least you thought you should win that game. I think they had a lead on opening day, and obviously Seth Beer hit that walk off Craig Stammen. That was before they had Taylor Rogers because they made that trade the morning of opening day, so he was not on the team yet. But yeah, there's a lot. There's plenty of games that we could go back and say, man, I wish we would have had this game. I'm sure the Brewers, Phillies, they could do that too. Every team in the league could do that. But we'll definitely be going back and looking at those games if the Padres somehow miss the playoffs, or there's a game or two. Uh, they finish a game or two away from the Phillies or something for the for the second wild card, and they have to go play the Cardinals instead of the Braves. I don't know if the Cardinals are a better matchup for the Padres than the Braves. Like for me right now, um, I don't know who I'd rather play. That's a good question to ask you guys. And I guess that's a good question that we could maybe talk about tonight after the game. Who'd you rather play? Would you rather play the Mets or not the Mets, the Braves, or would you rather play the Cardinals? Because if the Padres are the 6th seed, the final wild card, they'd go play the Cardinals. If the Padres are the second wild card, then they'd get to play the Braves. Both would be on the road. I'd probably want the 6th seed because if you have the 6th seed, then I don't think you'd have to face the Dodgers in the division series. I think you'd have to wait till the championship series. Maybe you just want to get them out of the way. Um, I don't know. That's tough. I guess it really comes down to who'd you rather play, the Braves or the Cardinals. Not even don't even look at, oh, if they win this series and they get to play the Mets, or if they win this series they play the Dodgers. Like I think you have to look at it as, okay, who are you more confident in facing, the Braves or the Cardinals? My gut would tell me probably the Cardinals. I know they beat them last time. It's a little bit of a different team. Um, I think the Cardinals are more of a veteran team than the Braves. I don't know. The Braves, I think, don't they have better? I feel like they have better young starting pitching than the Cardinals do. Then the Cardinals still throw out Adam Wainwright, and they got Jordan Montgomery from the Yankees before the trade deadline. And guess what? That move's working out tremendous for the Cardinals. So I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Actually, I'll look at that right now. 2022 Braves. If you're just joining, by the way, this is the Talking Friars pregame show. Padres and the Diamondbacks later today at 5:40. So they have Max Fried, Kyle Wright, Charlie Morton, Spencer Strider. I've heard a lot about Spencer Strider. They have Jansen in the bullpen, Will Smith, Colin McHugh. That's what Baseball Reference is saying. Some of these guys might be hurt. Oh, no, it would tell me if they're hurt. Like, Darren O'Day, it says he's on the 60-day IL. So that's who they have, and then the Braves or excuse hang on, let me look at their ERAs first. So, Fried's 2.48, Wright's 3.23, Morton 4.01, Strider 2.67. That's a pretty good rotation there. And then we know their lineup's talented. I mean, Austin Riley, Acuna, Olson, Albie, Swanson, you can go down the line. Now, looking at the Cardinals, Padres, by the way, again, they'd play the Cardinals if they were the 6th seed, I believe. So in their rotation, they've got Miles Michaelis, Adam Wainwright, Dakota Hudson, Steven Matz, Jordan Montgomery. Their rotation actually doesn't look as scary as the Braves does to me, at least. And their lineup, their lineup's talented. Obviously, Arenado, Goldie, 2 MVP candidates. After that, Tommy Edman, I think he's leading off for them. Tyler O'Neill. Pujols is like playing like it's 2006 or whatever sometimes. He's 5 away from 500. That might even come at Petco later this year. So both teams are good. I mean, Dylan Carlson, obviously, Nolan Gorman. They didn't want to give up those guys in the Juan Soto trade. Regardless of who is the Padres' opponent, like all I want to do is go into October saying I'm confident in this Padres team because Juan Soto's clicking, Manny's clicking, other contributors to this offense are clicking. Musgrove has found it again consistently. Snell is still pitching like Snell, as we've seen recently. Darvish is still pitching like we've seen him pitch recently. Pitching shutout innings against the Dodgers, 7 shutout innings. And then you get what you can get from Clev, I guess, right? It would be a best of 3, so it wouldn't matter unless you want Clev in the bullpen. They'd probably want him for game 1 of the division series or game 2, however they want to put that out. Is Josh Hader clicking? Nick Martinez, they're both playing well. They're pitching well. The bullpen's healthy. Like, if that happens, then I don't care who the Padres play, It is just a fun discussion, though, to look at. Cardinals, Braves, who would you rather play? I'd probably go Cardinals. I forget what I said earlier. I might have said Braves. Looking at the numbers there, I'd probably say Cardinals. But again, it's kind of like, well, be careful what you wish for, right? You could have Arenado and Goldie hit 2 bombs a game and have Adam Wainwright, go throw 6 shutout innings against you. Ryan Helsley, by the way, with that Hells Bells entrance music, gee whiz, give me a break. I guess he's never heard of Trevor Hoffman before. Guy has 16 career saves, and he's playing Hells Bells. And the Cardinals are like copying the Padres with the fire and stuff. Like, all right, relax. Like, stop. That's literally stealing a Legends song. Like, do you think someone's going to go play? What if someone went and played Enter Sandman as their closer music? You think Yankee fans would get pissed off? Yeah, they would. That's what Padre fans are doing right now. For anyone that's mad at Padre fans for getting mad at the Cardinals for having Ryan Helsley's song be uh, Hell's Bells, like, pick another song. Longball says he'd rather play the Braves because we're good against them and we got swept by the Cardinals last time. Like in the series, we got swept by the Cardinals. Did we? Was it in St. Louis? If it was, I don't remember a whole lot about that series. Because they obviously beat the Cardinals in 2020. Let me see here. St. Louis. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. At St. Louis, May, started June. They got swept. That was in the month of May, though. They didn't have Juan Soto. They still had Eric Hosmer on the team. Like, it was a really different team. They didn't have Hader. I know Hader's not pitching great, but it seems like he's pitching better. And then they obviously come and play at Petco later this month. And Pujols might be chasing, or he's going to be chasing. He's either going to be chasing 700, or he would have already gotten there by the time the Padres get or they face the Cardinals. They welcome the Cardinals to Petco. I would think he's still going to be chasing because that's in like a week and a half, the 20th through the 22nd, I think. But who knows? There didn't he homer twice in one of the games recently? So if he does that a couple times or once, that's going to speed it up, obviously. And it seems like he's getting a lot at bats because he's playing so well. They're not trying to find him at bats to get to 700. Like he's played his way into the starting lineup. Justin says people were saying Ryan Helsley was just doing that to honor Trevor. I doubt that. If he was doing that to honor Trevor, wouldn't he wear like number 51? If that's his favorite player or something. I don't know if 51's retired by the Cardinals. Let me check. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Okay. Ozzie Smith, Red Schoendienst, Stan Musial, Enos Slaughter, Tony La Russa, Ken Boyer, Dizzy Dean, Lou Brock, Ted Simmons, Whitey Herzog, Jackie, like everyone, Bruce Sutter, Bob Gibson, obviously, August Bush, Roger Hornsby, and Jack Buck. I would have loved seeing Ozzie Smith play. Love me some good defensive infielders. All right, so Padres D-backs tonight, 5:40 is the first pitch. Some people came up and said hi to me at the game yesterday. I appreciate the support. This has been the Talking Friars pregame show for, we're not in August, September 7th, 2022. Enjoy the game tonight. I'll be back after the game when I get home for a series reaction, and that'll do it. Go Padres.